You put it together, you assemble parts, or you carve an image out of...
Hi there, guys. My name's Elkai, and welcome to a brand new experiment slash video that I'm gonna be putting on my channel now. I'm gonna be starting on my channel, should I say? This is my first ever career mode series slash experiment, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me get into describing what we're doing right now. So, as it might have been given away by the title, obviously, and from what you can see on the current screen, we're going to be doing a little bit of an experiment by putting Juventus into the Premier League. Now, we're going to be testing a couple of things. Primarily, number one would be, will Juventus be as dominant in the Premier League as they are in the Serie A for the past couple of years? Now, as you probably know, the Serie A has been a little bit stale in the past few years because Juventus have simply been dominating the league over there, uncontestably. Maybe until this season where Napoli is giving them a little bit of a push, but most likely Juve are gonna come on top again at the end of the year. So, as Premier League is the toughest league of all the top European leagues in the world, Spain, France, England, Italy, Germany, etc. We've put them in here to put them to the test to see if the club as a whole can manage, and if we as a manager can actually recruit enough players, I guess, grow the players, put the right tactics in, and help them succeed to glory in the Prem. Now, this is going to be the goal for season 1 at least. What we're going to be doing afterwards is we're going to try and win the Champions League finally. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is actually I'm going to put Juventus in the Champions League from season 1, and hopefully we'll be able to win it as well, just for the sole fact that I'd really love to see Buffon hold the Champions League Cup finally. I mean, most likely this is going to be his last year at the club, both in real life and in game. He's most likely going to retire towards the end of the season, so it would be really nice to see him lift that trophy that's been eluding him all his career. He's reached several Champions League finals, never managed to hold the cup unfortunately, so we're going to be looking into that as well. But I think the more interesting thing would be is to see if, with some top clubs competing with them, if they'll be able to make it to the top of the Premier League. So let's get into the squad and see what we're working with. Right, so here is the current squad. I haven't made any changes yet. We will be looking to pull in some new transfers though and sell some of the players. And this is where I would really love for you guys to help out and give me some suggestions in the comments. Like, who would you like me to recruit? Who do you think would be good enough to help us win the Premier League and potentially the Champions League? Now, the squad is as basically as it is when you begin the career. We have Buffon as a prime goalkeeper. We have Szczesny as the backup, who we recently bought from Arsenal, of course. We have Liali, Brignoli, and Odero out on loan, who in real life they could potentially develop pretty well, but for the time being they're not the greatest. We have Lichtsteiner as our right back. We have Paul Liroa, who we might potentially bring back on loan. I'd like to see what you guys think about it. He is a young prospect for Juventus. He has a great potential in real life, so maybe we can bring him in as a second choice right back. Obviously we have a couple of other youngsters out on loan who in the future will probably become pretty good, but we'll see about that. We have obviously defenders Bazzali, Benatia, Hodes, Rugani, and Chiellini. Of course, for the time being, Chiellini and Benatia gonna be our starting lineup. We have Bazzali, Hodes, and Rugani as the substitutes. We have on the left side Alexandro as the main man. We have Deschilio, who we recently bought in, who's probably gonna be playing both on left and right as a replacement in case of injuries. We have Asamoah, For myself personally, I think I'm gonna be, as you can see, I've already listed him here as on the transfer list. I'll get into that in just a little bit. But I think at 28, he's not gonna grow any much more, and we are going to need a prime, a better substitute to Sandro. Because Sandro is 26, so he's not going anywhere. He's not gonna be descending anytime soon. But if he gets injured, and for rotation purposes, we need someone a little bit better than Asamoah and Shilio, so we'll look into that. In the midfield, we have Matuidi, we have Khedira, we have Marquisio, Bentancur, we have Pjanic, of course, we have Dybala, who we'll see if we play in the midfield or not. Of course, we have also Douglas Costa, who plays on the left. We've got our boys Bernadeschi and Cuadrado playing on the right side, who I'm thinking maybe this season we keep Cuadrado, next season we might sell him on because he's gonna be 30. That'll be probably the best time. We can use him for a season still. Next season we can sell him for some profit and bring in another youngster, because Bernadeschi, he's gonna grow really high, so he's gonna be our future starter on the right side, definitely. As well for Costa. Now, in the striker positions, we obviously have Mandzukic, who can play on the left, although I prefer him not playing there simply because, well, he's strong, he has a decent pass on him, but dribbling and speed just aren't his things, and that's the main thing we need about a left mid or a winger: is speed, passing, dribbling, which isn't something that Mandzukic excels in. He's much better up the front, being the target man, just being an aerial threat and a dominant physical presence, really. Obviously, we have Higuain, who does the same. Besides the headers, maybe he's not that great in the air, but he has an amazing bang on him, amazing foot. He can just shoot from anywhere. You can see it says over there he's one of the world's best, undoubtedly. Obviously, we also have Dybala, who we might play as a striker instead of a cam, so we'll see about that. Again, I'd really like you guys' suggestions on what to do with the squad. And yeah, that's pretty much the average squad. Now, if we can just back out here, go to the transfer hub, and you can see now these are the players that I have listed as transfer or loan, because I feel like they are just not going to cut it for the squad. Now, first off, you have Lichtsteiner. Again, Lichtsteiner is part of what Juventus is. He's been a player that's never wanted to leave, and the club has openly stated for any player, we will only let the player go if he wants to leave. We will not be forced to sell a player for just pure profit. However, see, in FIFA that's a little bit different, unfortunately. Him being 33 at 82 rating, probably by half of the season he's going to go down to 80 or even 79, which isn't really going to help us, unfortunately. Same goes for Khedira. He's been fantastic since he joined Juventus from Real. He's been a key player in the midfield for us, both attacking and defensively. But again, he's getting into that stage of the game where he's gonna start decreasing in stats really rapidly, which is something we don't need if we want to succeed. We might keep him as a rotational player. We'll see how it comes, because we do have Marquisio, who is older than him, but and only one rating higher. So maybe you guys can let me know again, what do you think is better to do? Sell Khedira, keep Khedira, sell Marquisio, keep Marquisio. Just what do you think, you guys, is going to be best? Now, Asamoah, as I said, I think he's serviced the club long enough. It's time for him to move on and maybe find somewhere where for the next couple of years he can find first team playtime. Sturaro, he's young, he's well-rounded for 77. He's got a decent amount of everything, but again, we need those top-notch players if we want to succeed in the Prem, let alone the Champions League. Pinsolio, I'm gonna put him on loan simply because I don't really need him, even though Juventus recently have been using him for a few of the games to let Szczesny and Buffon rest, but I don't think he's gonna cut it for us. Piazza, great potential, both in-game and real life. However, for the time being, I think I'm gonna put him out on loan, or maybe if you guys think it's better, my idea was put him on loan and bring in a new left wing / left mid to change with Costa in terms of fitness levels. But maybe it would be best if we just keep Piazza and just train him to become a higher level instead of spending money on another left mid or left winger. So again, really love to hear what you guys have to say about it, about the transfers. Who should we keep? Who should we sell? I have a few players here on the short list, which I think we absolutely need. First of all, would be Ricardo Pereira. Now, myself personally, I'm shocked how no one has picked this guy up so far. 2 transfer windows, he's been amazing. He was amazing in the French league last season. Got into the team of the season. Really fantastic player. Again, young with high potential. Can play both right back and right mid / right wing back if needed. We have this guy from Real Madrid, Akraf Hakimi, who has a very good potential. Young, room to develop, plenty of that. And because he plays for Real Madrid, EA have given him a high rating, so it just doesn't make any sense not to pick him up as a long-term replacement, really. Yannick Carrasco is who I was thinking of bringing in on the left to swap out or to play with Douglas Costa. Maybe have Carrasco as the main guy because he's 83, he's gonna go up to 90 in a season or 2, so he's gonna be really good to pick up, I believe. Or we can pick up Ezequiel Barco, who recently moved to the MLS actually from Independiente. But again, in the game he has amazing potential, young, room to develop, again, plenty of it, so he's fast, he has good dribble, he has the 4-star skill, if I'm not mistaken, so he can really be a world-class player for us if needed. Or we can even pick up Martial, who can also play as a striker, so in a season or 2 when Djurkic isn't really usable due to the lack of stats now, and even Higuain, perhaps we can put him up top as an even striker. In the midfield, in place of Sturaro and or Khedira or Kizio, we could potentially pick up Milinkovic-Savic, who he's been linked with Juventus already numerous times throughout January season. There's been statements, I believe, from the the director of sport for Juventus, that this is gonna be their main man for the next summer transfer. They have their eyes on Milinkovic-Savic. They want to bring him in. I mean, why wouldn't you? He's been fantastic in the real life. He's scored goals, opportunities. He's good at defending, good at attacking, good at passing. This guy's got everything. He's potentially gonna be, if Juventus do pick him up in real life, he could potentially be that Paul Pogba that we let go. And obviously in game he has a fantastic potential and amazing stats. So again, I'd really like to see what you guys think. What do you think is going to be a good decision to do in terms of transfers? If you have any other transfers, I can look them up. We can see how much we're working. Well, actually, I can show you guys right now. At the moment, we have a transfer budget of 118 million euro, which we could potentially go to 139. And if we sell a few players, I will definitely go up as well, like Khedira, Lichtstein, etc, etc. So, up to you guys totally what we want to do. Now, let's move on to have a look at the calendar for a little bit. Real quick, I forgot to actually mention that we replaced Juventus in the Premier League with West Bromwich Albion because they're currently sitting at the bottom of the league. So most likely they're going to be facing relegation, so I figured it would be the fairest team to put us in instead of. Sorry West Bromwich Albion fans, I hope you guys stay up, hopefully you make it through another Premier League season and don't get demoted, but yeah, since they were the lowest, we've chosen them to go to the Serie A. Actually, towards the end of the season we might have a look to see how they've done in the Serie A. Maybe they end up winning it, who knows. But yeah, so for the time being, I have not entered us into the Champions League. because I'd really love to see what you guys think about it. If you decide we should go into the Champions League from season 1 in this simulation, I will of course just restart real quick because we're still in day 1, nothing has changed really. So just add the Champions League and I'll recreate the groups as they currently are in the, well, as they were in the current Champions League. So again, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Really like some insight from you guys. Really like to see what you think will be the best decision for us. And how we're going to play this is something I forgot to mention. Is we're basically going to be simulating week by week, and we're going to be putting in some training. With each week, we're going to be training some players. We're going to simulate all of the games up to about January. We'll see how we end up doing there. We'll again have a revision of the transfer window, and yeah, but we'll talk more about that once we get to that hurdle. So for the time being, I'm leaving it like this without any much changes from me, because again, I would really like to see what you guys' suggestions are gonna be, because I have my point of view, but of course you guys have your own point of view, which might be better for what we're trying to do. So I'm going to reading what you guys say, and based on those decisions, I'll choose the most reasonable ones, because I'm not going to be trying to sign someone like Messi or Ronaldo or Bale, you know, these unrealistic Neymar, unrealistic signings. We'll try to keep it as realistic as possible for this experiment, in order for it to be the most authentic. So that's it for now. Again, leave comments below, tell me what you want to do, and we'll go on from there in the next episode, which will be coming out in a couple of days after this one. For now, I've been Elakai. It's my pleasure doing this for you guys, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.